guys, welcome back. Day 2. Today we're going to practice ratios and proportions. Since it is the same topic, we're just going to place the date. Today is January 11th, 2022. Okay, so let's begin with the exercises. We're going to work with exercises from the book. Then in our next class, you're going to have a classwork. So let's begin with easy exercises. We're going to work with unit rate, proportions, and ratios. So let's begin with ratios. Okay, so we want to start with exercise of the example. Okay, exercise of the examples. Let's see which one we're going to work with. We're going to write the ratio 49 over 84 in the other two ways of writing it. And whenever we're working as a fraction, we are going to simplify first, okay? So we got 49 to 84. We don't know about what we're talking. This is a ratio of 49 to 84, something, okay? So let's simplify. By what number can we simplify this? Is it possible to simplify it? Is there a number that can divide both 49 and 84 at the same time? No? I see a lot of heads saying no. Well, yes, there is. Seven. You can divide both by 7. 49 divided by 7.
7.
7. 84 divided by 7.
12.
12. So we got the ratio in the simplest form, 7 to 12. So let's write that in words. 7 to 12. That's in words. What is the other form? Remember, we had 3 forms. This is the first one. This we're going to call the second one, the fraction, and we're missing one form. What is the other form? How do we write it? Mm-hmm.
Seven equals 12.
Sorry? Seven. Exactly, Benitez. 7, 2 columns, or column, well, 2 points was the thing. These are the 3 ways of writing it, okay? Fraction, words, and column form. Very good. Let's do one more, and then we pass to unit rate. So let's say that we have 135 over 180. Can we simplify that? Can we simplify that?
Yes, miss.
By what number?
By 5.
Okay, let's begin by 5. 135 divided by 5. 27.
27.
27. 180 divided by 5.
36.
36.
36. Can I continue simplifying or am I done? Can I continue simplifying or this is it?
We can continue, miss.
By what number, Daniel?
By 3.
Let's do a bigger number.
9.
By 9, correct. 27 divided by 9,
3,
36 divided by 9.
4,
So let's write it in words. It would be
3 to 4.
4. And the other word, the other form, the other way,
3 columns, me.
3 columns and 4.
correct, 3 column and 4. And that is ratios, okay? So ratios, you need to simplify them. Some of the times when you simplify ratios, you get a unit rate, okay? So let's pass now to unit rate. So we're gonna find the unit rate, I'm gonna do it in green, of, this is in dollars, this is exercise 1 of your book, page 185. So $57 for 6 hours. And we want the unit rate. What should we do? The first thing is to write it as a fraction, right? We're going to say $57 over 6 hours. And I want the unit rate. So what am I supposed to do here? Remember, we saw it yesterday. What am I supposed to do to find the unit rate? Remember, unit rate is a rate that has a denominator 1. So I need to make this 6 a denominator 1. How do we make that 6 a denominator 1? How does it become a 1? If it's a 6, how does it become a 1?
Dividing it
By? Dividing by what number?
by 6.
By itself, so by 6. And whatever I do in the denominator, I need to do in the numerator. So I need to divide also by 6 in the numerator. So I have 6 divided by 6, that it would be 1 hour. And let's divide 57, I'm sorry, divided by 6. And that would be $950. So whatever cost us $57 in 6 hours, every single hour will cost $950. Okay, let's do another one. So let's say, for example, the VIP movie theater room, the VIP one, I'm not sure, but I think that it cost 220 lempiras. The VIP in Cinepolis, okay? I think it costs 220 lempiras. And we're gonna watch a movie. And the movie has, let's say that it lasts 2 hours and 5 minutes. So that would be 125 minutes, right? So we're paying 220 lempiras to watch 125 minutes movie. I want you to know how much I pay for 1 minute of the movie. Okay, so the first thing is to do what?
Write it as a fraction.
Pass it as a fraction. So 220 lempiras over 125 minutes. What do I do now to find the unit?
Divide it by 125.
Divide both parts of the fraction by 125 because I need to have a denominator 1, and whatever I do in one side of the fraction, I need to do it in the other part. So 125 divided by 125, that's 1 minute. So let's divide now 220 by 125. And that will give us how much? 1.76 lempiras. So if the movie lasts 2 hours with 5 minutes, every minute that I pass there, I am actually paying 1 lempira with 76 cents for every single minute that I stay in the VIP room. That's the unit rate. Question so far? Easy peasy, right? Okay, let's go with the other part, the most cool part, which is proportions, okay? We're gonna work still with the book exercises. We're gonna start working with exercises from 14 to 29. So I'm gonna do exercise 21. We got 5/9, and it is equal to 8/W. We can have decimals in here. Actually, we should have decimals and not fractions, okay? We either have integers or decimals, okay? So we got 5 to 9 is 8/W. It says 8/W, okay? Remember, that's the way you read it, okay? You read it as A is to B, as C is to D. So in this case, it would be 5:9 as 8:W, okay? That's how we read it. 5:9 as 8:W. How are we going to simplify? Okay, we're going to multiply the extremes and we're going to multiply the means. We're going to multiply this part and we're going to multiply also this part. And that is called the cross product, okay? We're going to have 5 times W, that is 5W, equal, because the equal sign remains, 8 times 9. And we multiply. 8 times 9, how much is that?
72.
How much is 8 times 9?
72.
Yes, 72. We got a one-step equation. So this 5 goes to the other side doing what?
Dividing.
Dividing, very good. So we got the W is equal to 72 divided by 5. And we divide this and you give me the decimal. How much is 75 divided by 5? 72, sorry, divided by 5.
14.4, I think.
14.4. And that is your answer. And that is how we solve a proportion with the multiplication property of equality or with the rule of 3. Either way, it's the same thing, okay? And using cross products. Let's do another one. Let's do exercise 33. No, exercise 32, okay? This is a little bit more complex because we got x plus 3. Everything over 4 will be equal to 7/8. Okay, should it change anything that I have x plus 3 and not just the variable? No, it doesn't change anything. I still need to multiply the extremes and the means. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to say x plus 3 times 8. I'm copying the 8. And then inside a parenthesis, I'm copying the x plus 3. Equals to 7 times 4. So I have two options. I can either do the distributive property first and multiply the 7 times 4 at the same step, or I can pass this 8 to the other side with an inverse operation after multiplying the 7 times 4. You can do it either way. I'm doing it both ways, okay? I'm doing it in blue, passing, doing distributive property, and in green with the other option. So I'm gonna do distributive property over here because there's a parenthesis and there's a number on the outside. So I get 8 times x, that's 8x. 8 times 3, that's 24, equals to 7 times 4, that is 28. The 4 is multiplying, the 24 is adding. So it goes to the other side,
Subtracting.
subtracting. So I get that 8. Okay, that's a really awful 8, but 8x is equal to 28 minus 24. How much is 28 minus 24?
Positive 4.
Positive 4. Now I leave the x alone, so this 8 goes to the other side.
Dividing.
Dividing. And I get that x is equal to 4 over 8. And I simplify this, and I need to have a decimal. How much is 4 divided by 8? How much is 4 divided by 8?
0.5.
0.5. And that is my answer with this method. Second method, pass in the 8. I'm going to copy this exercise again, this part. 8, x plus 3. Equals to 7 times 4. So I'm going to multiply the 7 times 4 and I'm passing the 8 to the other side with an inverse operation. In this case, it is a division. So I'm going to have x plus 3 will be equal to 7 times 4, that's 28, divided by 8. So x plus 3 will be equal to, how much is 28 divided by 8? 3.5. Exactly. Now the 3 is adding, it goes to the other side. Subtracting. And I get that x is equal to 3.5 minus 3. So x is equal to
Positive 0.5.
positive 0.5. And you see how it doesn't matter. I got exactly the same answer. Different methods, same answer. You can use whichever method you want. And this is simplifying proportions or solving a proportion using cross product and the rule of 3 or the multiplication property of equality, which is exactly the same thing. Is there any question whatsoever? No questions. Let's do one more. One more. I'm going to move this up here. Okay, so one more exercise. I'm going to do it over here, also in black. This is exercise 37. It's a little bit more complex, okay? So we got k plus 5 over 10. It is equal to k minus 12 over 9. Okay, what am I supposed to do over here? I got two variable expressions, both in each numerator of my proportions. And I need to find the value of k. So what should I do?
Cross means that cross.
Cross multiplication, cross product. Means times mean and extreme times extreme. Very good. So I'm going to have now 9 parentheses k plus 5 equals to 10 parentheses k minus 12. Question, can I do the same thing that I did over here? Use two different methods? Can I pass a number to the other side dividing before doing anything else like I did in this green procedure? No, I cannot. Why not? Because both sides have a number outside of parentheses. So both sides require us to do the distributive property first. So I'm going to do the distributive property first because I have two numbers outside the parenthesis. So I'm going to multiply 9 times k, 9k, 9 times 5, 9 times 5,
45.
45, equal to 10 times k, 10k, 10 times negative 12,
Negative 120.
negative 120. Now, remember, this is a multi-step equation. So for multi-step equations, it doesn't matter in which side I leave the variable. We usually leave it wherever the variable with the greatest coefficient is positive. So am I passing my variables to the left or am I passing them to the right? Where is my greatest coefficient positive?
To the left.
To the left. Over here, 9k is greater than 10k.
No, that's the right, miss.
To the right. So this should go to this side. It is positive, so it goes negative. And this 120 goes to the other side because I need to leave my constants alone and my variables alone. So now I have 45, which is already there, plus 120 is equal to 10k minus, because it goes negative, 9k. 45 plus 120?
165.
165 equals to 10k minus 9k,
Positive k.
positive k. And voila, I finished. And that's it. You found the value of k using the cross product in the proportions. It was a little bit more complex because both of them have variable expressions and not just a variable like the first exercise, or not just one variable expression like in the second one. We had two variable expressions, one in each side of our proportion. Questions so far? Bless you. Okay, then, if there's no question, this is everything for today.